Hi, guys. Welcome back to Morant's Rants. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. A little over 3 years ago, I started buying GameStop shares. And when I started buying them, I saw the run up, I saw the pivots, I saw everything happen to the stock. And everyone always said, you should have sold, you should have sold. And I never sold. I just kept buying more, and I'm still buying more. And today was an all time record day today. The stock dropped all the way down to $10.06. And I was very fortunate enough to buy shares at 10.13, 10.14, and 10 and some change. I bought 4 different shares today. And I was okay with it. I'm very happy with buying it because I know that GameStop today is infinitely better than it was 3 years ago. The company itself, right? Stock price is one thing. Stock price could be $0. It could be $2, $1. It doesn't matter. The company is running a certain way. And that's because Ryan Cohen is in charge of the company now, aside from what it was back then. Back then, if you could have told me I bought in the shares at $40, it was a real gamble to a point because you were saying to yourself, well, we don't know what Michael Crupio is going to do. We don't know what Matthew Furlong is going to do. And they had just hired Jenna Owens, so that whole team was different. And I know that there's going to be a lot of turnover at the top whenever you're doing a pivot and a change, because that's what happens with leadership. They all have different leadership style of how they want to do it, the culture they want to build and bring. And now you have Ryan at the helm, and that's the best part. The constant for GameStop over the last 3 years is Ryan Cohen, Alan Adel, Larry Chang, all of whom have bought in shares themselves over the course of those 3 years. They keep buying in shares, and they keep putting their money in front of what they plan on doing with this company, letting the company's performance basically pay for what they will be. If you're buying shares at $10, with the ratio that it is, I'll give you this example, right? Just simple measurable and how you do it. There's adjusted EBITDA for GameStop. If you take away all the one-timers, all the one-time expenses, everything they had, they're going to come out plus around $64 million for the year. That was last year. Well, that puts you at around 22 cents a share. So 22 cents a share on profit. If you can do that number, which is very possible, it puts you at a P/E ratio of 45 right now, when you're talking about a $10 stock. So it's right in the ballpark of where you want to be. But then let's go ahead and piggyback that with the fact that not only is it just profit, you're sitting on assets. The current ratio is the highest of all time. They're over 2x on assets versus liabilities. There's never been a time where GameStop has performed this well on the sheet. So there's that, right? Minimal corporate debt. I think it's like $14 million in debt that they owe. And they are performing at an all-time high because of the cash on hand, $1.2 billion, cash and marketable securities combined. That's their shareholder equity. And right now at $10, guys, come on, 42% per share is equity. No one that you're going to name has better equity, right? The book value. So all the measurables you look at, when I say no one, because when you look at book value, you got to look, you go into the math and you go, well, they're propped up on goodwill. They're propped up on just assets. And I'm talking about like buildings, equipment. And you go, wait a minute, that depreciates over time. The one thing that's still keeping constant is this cash, right? That's GameStop with cash. And here's the best part about it all. That's all run by private equity. Every company out there is private equity driven. And if you guys don't believe me about private equity, if you guys think it's just a buzzword, then maybe you haven't been living in America for 50 years. But there's certain individuals out there that manage funds, that invest money, that bankrupt companies from bad decisions, like Big Lots, like 99-cent only store, like Bed Bath & Beyond, like Kohl's, all these companies that are living out in this world right now. And it's unfortunate because that's the retail apocalypse. It's real. It's happening. But GameStop is surviving through all of that. That's the best part. So if I could buy GameStop for $10 today, that's the best investment I'll ever make. And I'm telling you, because the value is sincere and it's real. Ryan's not bailing out on you. Everyone's invested. Guys, the people that I hang out with on my YouTube channel, on the Discord, everything. I'm just telling you, I'm one individual investor. Me, one. But I see people post buy orders, and I see it all day. And people are so excited to get as much as they can, as low as it goes. And everyone's like, okay, wow, this is a great buying opportunity. Because sometimes in life, and in investing definitely, there are times where the market undervaluates a company. They don't valuate them correctly. Back in the day, that's what happened with GameStop, and that's why Roaring Kitty started following the stock and saying, you know what? This is not making any sense. This company still has assets. It still has a plan. It still makes money. And yet they evaluate it as if it were bankrupt. I don't know if Roaring Kitty knew that private equity was implanted into the company. But it was, without a doubt. We know that by looking at insiders like Bill Simon. And when you look at the run of individuals that were private equity in GameStop previously, now it's not. Now you see the new curtain, the new crew, and that's what you're invested with. So if you're invested with GameStop, then you know what you're looking at. And if you've seen Connect the Dots, you've seen the videos all over, then you know what you're looking at. But let's talk about it, psychology and how they play with you. $10 a share, guys. They want to get you to that number. They want you to see 999, right? They want you to see it, and people are begging for it and clamoring for it. People have buy orders in for it. But for the people who say, I'm out of here, I'm scared, this is not where I want to buy. If you believed in it at 10, if you believed in it at 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, why wouldn't you believe in it at 9? It's just a stock. It's just a share price. The company fundamentals have not changed, not one iota. There's nothing changing other than it's going positive, right? So that's why I believe in Larry Ching. That's why I believe in Ryan Cohen. You know what I don't see? I don't see a group of people attacking Ryan and Larry for buying into their investment. Ryan, you're working the job yourself. You're doing amazing, right? No one's attacking them. You know what they attack? They attack you, the shareholder. They try to shake you and rattle you. They try to make videos to you to cater to your fear, not theirs, because they know they can't get to them. They know they can't get to Ryan. What are you going to tell Ryan? Ryan, you're a fool. You don't know what you're doing? No, Ryan's doing it. Larry, you're a fool. You just put $112,000 on a losing investment. You've already lost $12,000 in your investment. Larry, what are you thinking? Larry's going to be like, okay, I'm going to buy more. Like, it's really that way, because if you know what the insiders know, well, I know what I know. I know that I'm believing in a company that's not going bankrupt. I know that I believe in an investment that doesn't trade off the fundamentals that every other company gets to trade off of. I've read the books. I've read every line. All these guys trade off of multiples that don't exist, and GameStop is not that. They want to hold GameStop. It's like a double standard. They want to hold GameStop to a different standard than the rest. But when you're sitting there with a book value of 2.29x, and you're looking at the price of $4.37, $4.38 book, and the share price is 10, and they make a profit and they're never going bankrupt, like, what business model are you reading it off of? And if you really broke it down, then you would find out what they did in Europe, how they closed 160 GameStops, and yet they increased top-line revenue $100 million. Something's happening. Something's going on in the soup. And I hope they understand that this recipe is built for success. It really is. I don't fear $10.08. I don't fear $10.06. I welcome it. And if you want to get below $10, you want to keep shorting it into oblivion, short hedge funds or whoever's out there on this other side of this trade, keep doing what you're doing. Go for it, man. If I could get this stock at $5, I'd be so excited. But I encourage you guys to try. But you're not going to break my spirit. And I'll have the buy orders in the Discord every day just to prove it. No sell orders here. All I do is buy. I don't even know what an exit strategy is. You know where to find me, guys. On top of the mountain. Certainly on top of my mountain full of shares. And I will keep doing it, because there's no dilution. there's no solution to their nonsense. And that's fine. But there's a solution to what I'm doing. And that's GameStop's profits. By the way, we have exactly 15 days to shop at GameStop for quarter one, if you want to help support the bottom line. Once again, I've seen the most receipts I've ever seen on Twitter, on Discord, on Reddit, people shopping like crazy at GameStop. And I think that's awesome. I really do, because I'm one of them. So I applied for the credit card through GameStop, got approved, get that money, go out there, shop a little, just have fun with it. I don't care what it takes. I'm shopping, and I'm supporting this company. And, adjusted EBITDA had them at $64 million for the year. And I'm going to tell you, for this next coming year, I'm looking for like $100 million. I really am looking for $100 million. I think that they can break even this quarter one. That already puts them plus $51 million versus last year. Just know, they're not going to lose the money that they did last year, and they still made a profit. So, all right, I got to get going. I'll see you guys around. I got football practice. Life still goes on. I had dinner with the wife. I'm living life, and it feels good. $10 a share? Come get it. Peace.